Hello, welcome to Lil's Vintage World. This video is going to be a book review of The Mysterious Affair at Styles by Agatha Christie. So Julie from the channel The Hungry Bookworm, whose channel I'll leave in the description bar, go and check her out and subscribe if you want to. She's such a lovely human being and I love her taste in reading and books, and she's just a really nice person. She runs a book group called the Christie Fest, which is Agatha Christie read-alongs, readathons, sorry, and she does them every couple of months or so, and this time round she asked me to pick the book, which I was very honoured by, and I thought I'd go back to the beginning and pick up The Mysterious Affair at Styles, because this book is now 100 years old, which is quite scary, isn't it? So Mysterious Affair at Styles, if you've never read it or watched an adaptation of it, is the very first book, and we are right back at the beginning and we're at a house called Styles. Now this book is narrated by Captain Hastings, and Hastings is back home from war, and he is off for a month, and he's decided that he's going to stay with his friend John, and John lives at Styles, and while he's there and they're having dinner, the family are like, oh, so what do you think you're going to do after the war, sort of thing, and Hastings was like, well, I've had this idea that I'd quite like to be a detective. I met this funny little Belgian bloke once, and he starts talking about that, and then who should turn up in the village but Hercule Poirot himself, and yeah, he meets Poirot and Hastings meet again, just like old friends, and it's wonderful. But then a murder happens. So John's stepmother is poisoned. Dun dun dun. And Hastings and Poirot go on their very first kind of proper mission together and find out what happened. I loved this book. This book was brilliant. I hadn't reread this book for quite a long time, actually. It's one of those ones that I always adore it when I read it, but I very rarely want to pick it up, although it is the one that I probably recommend the most for people to kind of start with. If they're like, oh, I want to start reading Agatha Christie, particularly Poirot, I'm like, read this one. This is the best one to start with. I just love it when I read it because I love looking at the relationship between Poirot and Hastings. For me, that is the main plot of the book, and actually the murder is kind of the side thing. But I just love the relationship. I love the writing, and I do think Agatha Christie gets better throughout the years, but I do think this is an absolutely fantastic one to start with, and you can see Poirot's order and method, and I can't remember what I must have thought of it the first time I read it. Maybe I know now how much I laugh at this book. Not at Poirot, but kind of with Poirot and with Hastings. And the things that Hastings is saying to Poirot and his reactions. And I just love it. But then I think when I read it the first time, did I laugh as much or was I more shocked? It's such a brilliant read. It's so addictive. The readathon started on the Sunday and I think I'd finished it by the Monday or the Tuesday. I absolutely whizzed through it. I think I actually finished it on the Monday. I think I read it in 2 days. It was just wonderful and I can't recommend it enough. If you're wanting to start with an Agatha Christie and you want to start with Poirot, read this because you do get the murder and you get Poirot's order and method and using his little grey cells, but you also get the wonderful relationship between Poirot and Hastings, which is just fantastic to see in Agatha Christie's works. So highly recommend it. Go and check it out. If you want to get yourself a copy of it, I will leave a link in the description bar below. So that's it for this video. Take care and I shall see you soon for the next one. Bye for now.